Prepare your body and mind for Season 2 of Dan and Phil. Boom.
The sun goes down, the stars come out, and all that counts is here and now. My universe will never be the same. I'm glad you came.
Cast a spell on me. You hit me like the sky fell on me. And I decided you look well on me. So let's go somewhere no one else can see you and me.
Turn the lights out now. Now I'll take you by the hand you another drink. Drink it if you can. Can you spend a little time? Time is slipping away from us, so stay with me. I can make you glad you came. I'm glad you came. So glad you came. I'm glad you came. I'm glad you came. The sun goes down, the stars come out, and all that counts is here and now. My universe will never be the same. I'm glad you came. I'm glad you came.
BBC Radio 1. Dan and Phil.
Holiday by Green Day, and before that, Glad You Came by The Wanted, and you are now listening to the Dan and Phil Reading and Leeds special.
The Reading and Leeds Festival, BBC Radio 1. Reading and Leeds.
We're here!
Hello, everybody!
Me and Dan have literally just got back from Reading Festival. We're still in our Wellington boots and our raincoats, and we've had 3 insane days of watching bands rolling around in the grass and interviewing artists.
Yes, we have been calling them Intenterviews. If you want to picture what you're going to experience later, it is a 2-man small red pop-up tent, and we have been trying to cram as many band members as possible inside them and then pelt them with ridiculous questions. They are incredible and hilarious. And we have ones from Imagine Dragons and Bastille coming very soon.
But most excitingly, we've got our epic Fall Out Boy montage video coming up.
It is possibly the best montage that has ever been created, celebrating everything that is magnificent about Reading and Leeds to My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark. To give you an idea of how amazing this is, it has me and you, it has Radio 1 DJs, it has people at the festival, people listening to The Breakfast Show who sent in Instagram videos of them lip-syncing to it, all the bands that we interviewed, and Fall Out Boy. Boom. Boom. And that is coming at the end of the show, so make sure you stick around for that, as it is incredible.
It actually made me shed a tear.
Yes.
But as always, the music is controlled by you in the form of homemade music videos, which tonight are all from Reading and Leeds artists.
They are indeed. So to see the interviews, the montage video, the music videos, and me and Phil standing here in our festival gear, the only way to enjoy the Dan and Phil show is by watching it on the Radio 1 website, and you have no excuse. Get out literally anything with an internet connection and go to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 to watch.
Now, let's get this show started. Here is Iconopop.
I got this feeling on the summer day when you were gone. I crashed my car into the bridge. I watched, I let it burn. I threw your stuff into a bag and pushed it down the stairs. I crashed my car into the bridge. I don't care. I
Iconopop featuring Charlie XCX, who performed at Reading and Leeds this year. That was a video sent in by Megan, she was raving in her garden after dumping her boyfriend.
How poetic.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
So, Phil, how do you feel? For the people listening, we did literally just get back from Reading Festival.
Yeah, I'm feeling really energized.
Yeah, Scott Mills said we smell like we just got back from Reading Festival.
He said I smelled quite fresh.
Did you? That's surprising, considering we've been imbued by the smell of fire and grass soaked by beer and toilets in the distance for 2.5 days.
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing. I've had such a good time.
Yeah, what was your personal highlight?
My personal highlight was watching Green Day, which has always been a childhood dream of mine.
Yeah,
it was
same.
realised. I actually saw Billy Joe in person as well, and he looked really clean.
He looked disturbingly clean, I can confirm this. I was expecting him to look quite, like Green Day, but he looked so clean.
And smart.
It was, seriously.
Yeah.
So we've had people asking already to tell us more about the Intenterviews, so we'll let you guys know more about this. The Intenterviews, as we said, cramming people into a tent and pelting them with questions. It wasn't just a tent, we actually covered the tent in fan art that you guys during the week sent in, so... Would you think it was creepy for them?
We tried to focus on the creepy side of the fan art.
I think so.
We had Ollie Sykes, who was merged with a broccoli to form Broccoli Sykes.
Yeah, the members of Bring Me the Horizon really liked the Broccoli Sykes picture, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They loved it.
And for those of you who are eager, then we've got a treat for you now, as we are about to play our first of the Intenterviews this evening, which is from Fall Out Boy. So if you are a Fall Out Boy fan, make sure you go on the Radio 1 website right now to just see what it looks like when Pete and Patrick are crammed inside this vent covered in fan art. Here is the first of our Intenterviews with Fall Out Boy.
Intent.
Of you.
Fall Out Boy. So we are here with Fall Out Boy.
Hello.
Well, half of Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
Yes, half.
Patrick, how are you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Very good. And Pete?
I'm great.
Okay, so before we can begin, we have something very important to ask you. Can you guys prove that you're not robots?
No,
I cannot prove that.
I'm not programmed. I'm not prepared to do that.
We're like the reverse Daft Punk. They pretend they're robots and we pretend we're humans.
Okay, if you guys woke up tomorrow morning and realized you were Eminem, what would be the first thing you'd do?
I would do some like super non-Eminem stuff, like just like go out and I'm like waving at all my neighbors, and I would just go to the bank and be like, "Hello, it's Marshall."
Okay, now we're going to get creative and ask you to draw what the inside of your mind looks like.
Okay.
We have some kind of explosion.
It says bad with a question mark.
All right.
Something very important to all of us.
Pizza. And boobs. I think that's it. The time is up.
Is that it? Is that nailed?
Yeah, we have bad question mark, pizza, and boobs.
Is that basically the creative process of Fall Out Boy explained in 3 images? Awesome. Okay, and finally, if there was a sudden avalanche that came out of nowhere and trapped all 4 of us inside that tent, who do you think personally you would each resort to eating first?
I eat a lot of sweets, so I'd probably taste quite good.
Right. I don't know.
Guys, I'm willing to team up and we can hold Patrick down right now and practice.
Okay, let's
Should we agree to this?
It's too late.
Okay.
I'm a noble fellow. I'd imagine that it's
Take
worth
one
it.
for the team. Okay.
Well, thank you, Fall Out Boy. That has been your Intenterview, and you've passed.
Thank you very much. Hey! And that is what happened when we forced Fall Out Boy to cram into our tent. That was so funny. Who would have thought that the 3 things that are filling up Fall Out Boy's mind?
I know.
It's beautiful. So if you enjoyed that, then you'll be pleased to know we have some from Bastille and Imagine Dragons still to come in tonight's show, so stay listening.
It was great, though, wasn't it?
It was an erotic moment.
I was so close to Patrick. That's how close I want to be to Patrick all the time.
And he couldn't escape because you were literally sat in front of the tent entrance.
He was. But you've been a Reading veteran, haven't you, Dan?
Yeah, I think it's worth mentioning that this is the first time I'd ever been to Reading on the Radio 1 side of it. I went to Reading, I think it was 5 years in a row as a teenager, so I know Reading quite well, and to go onto the other side of the fence was a very big deal for me.
The other side of the fence.
Yeah, I'm just going to say artist catering is as godlike as you think it is, okay? They had their coffee and walnut cakes and flowers.
They had 4 kinds of cake to choose from.
And they had raspberry and lemon water. I'm not kidding you guys. They live like rock stars, literally.
We tried to pretend we were artists and steal a cake, but it didn't work. We got kicked out.
We did not have the relevant pieces of paper, but it was fairly successful. I mean, did you see anything horrifying, or was it all a very pleasant festival experience?
Well, there was that moment where I tripped over a tent and landed on a shaven-headed Liverpudlian man, which was a big fail, I think.
I think there's a chance that there's always going to be a scary-looking sleeping guy on the ground.
Yeah,
and you happened to stand on
Yeah,
him.
nose first into him. Thankfully not into his belly button, but it was a close call. He was really angry, and I kind of just said sorry and walked away very fast.
Styled it out.
Yeah, but that got me thinking we should talk about festival fails. Like, what has gone wrong for people at festivals? Hilarious mistakes are probably happening all the time right now as we speak at Reading Leeds.
I think that they're a pretty crazy environment. I mean, I've got a few. Would you like me to share one now?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is okay. Okay, right. I was watching Prodigy. I think it was 2009 or 10.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, me and my friends just bobbing up and down, dancing as we did. And then this guy who we don't know, he's had quite a lot to drink, just walks up to my friend and throws up in the hood of her hoodie.
Oh, that's horrible.
She doesn't notice. So I just say, hey, can I steal your hoodie? And we throw it in the bin.
Did you never tell her?
No, we all decide together as a group of friends to just convince her that she'd lost it, that we'd lost it. So it was our fault. We never told her the truth.
Well, if she's listening, she knows now.
Okay, so if people listening have their own festival fails, then how can they get involved, Phil?
Just use the hashtag festivalfail and tweet us at BBCR1, and we'll be reading some out, which will be dispensed from the owl, which is in the background, as the music plays.
Okay, so that is hashtag festivalfail. I hope everybody gets involved. Hello there, mystery person on the line.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great, thanks.
Would you like to introduce yourself to the nation?
I'm Nuala.
Hi, Nuala. How's your day been?
It's been good, yeah.
I bet you smell better than me and Phil. Is that safe to assume?
I would hope so, yeah.
You'd hope so.
Okay, well, what song would you like everybody to hear?
Don't sit down because I moved your chair. Sorry, yeah.
By the Arctic Monkeys.
Would you like to dedicate it to anyone?
Can I request it, dedicate it for Caitlin, please?
Caitlin, cool. Well, here it is for you now.
Thank you.
Dice. Run with scissors through a chip and firefight. Go into business with a grizzly bear. But just don't sit down, 'cause I've moved your chair.
Don't sit down because I've moved by the Arctic Monkeys. Thank you very much for that, Nuala.
It's time for the listeners to get involved. This is Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
So, before Nuala requested that song, we were talking about festival fails. What has gone wrong for you at a festival in a hilarious way?
Okay, we've got some here from people. Sky said that 5 minutes after going to her first music festival, she face planted into a giant puddle of mud and was then cakes in it for the rest of the weekend.
But at least she looked like she belonged straight away.
Exactly. It's always funny for me seeing people, usually on like the Wednesday or Thursday of Reading, before anything's even started, looking like a train wreck.
Yeah. I saw a man just in his boxer shorts, completely covered in mud from head to toe. I don't know what happened to him.
But I bet he was having a fantastic afternoon.
I'm sure he was.
Okay, we have one here from Perry who said, I saw someone crowd surfing in a shark onesie. I don't know if that constitutes a fail, but it was pretty funny. Is that a fail, Phil, or is that an awesome moment?
No, that is awesome. I would respect anyone crowd surfing in a shark onesie.
Okay, we have one here from Jay who said that being tall, she hits everyone in the head with elbows because of being tall and jamming to a song.
Yeah, I feel that one.
We can both relate to that, can't we?
Yeah, watching Green Day, my elbow was in some girl's face. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, blonde girl.
It's just, what do you do with your hands when you're really tall, you know what I mean? Because, I feel like short people can get really crazy with the dancing.
I just tend to keep my arms by my side and bob up and down for 4 hours.
Which is why you need a drink in your hand so you don't look awkward.
That's boy dancing for
And
you.
the last one here from Leah who said, a bald middle-aged man peed on her tent. I think a lot of people worryingly can probably relate to that story. I think that happened to me about 3 times.
Yeah, well, our owl will be revealing more hashtag festival fails, so tweet us with hashtag festival fail. But it's now time to talk about Fan Wars.
Okay, so usually in Fan Wars, it's very intense.
Very intense.
Would you say so?
Yeah.
Tonight is the Reading and Leeds special, but we don't want it to all be rock, okay? Because it's not all about rock, as there is now a one extra stage, and that is what we're going to be doing in Fan Wars, because we can't miss out the one extra, people.
Oh, we can't, no.
We've got to show love to the urban music, which is obviously something Phil knows a lot about.
Everything.
Okay, so for people that missed it, here is what happened last week on Fan Wars.
Previously on Fan Wars, Eminem went head-to-head with Biffy Clyro in a duel for domination.
Max, you have to name 5 animals beginning with S. 3, 2, 1, go.
Saber-tooth tiger.
Yeah.
Salamander.
Yeah.
Scorpion.
Yeah.
Sea lion.
Yeah.
One more.
Steel.
Yeah.
Ding, that
Max
will
got that
do.
round. Corey, you got to name 11
You've just been
things
emo-bitted, man.
that rhyme with shark. Go.
Bark, dark, hark, lark, mark. Oh gosh.
Okay.
Oh, that means Max, you are our Fan Wars champion. That was last week.
Phil, would you like to reveal the artists that are going to be represented in this week's Fan Wars?
Yes, we have Wretch 3-2.
Oh, okay.
Against Wiley. And it's going to be a nursery rhyme rap battle off.
I have to say, the inappropriate nursery rhymes, I'm just going to throw this out there, is my favourite Fan Wars game of all time. Okay, out of all the ones we've played in 9 months of this show happening, it's my favourite. Last time we had people screaming, and this week, in celebration of the one extra stage, people are going to be doing their best gangster raps over Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and Baba Black Sheep.
Well, while we set up the epicness that is that, let's go to Muse with Panic Station. They've played it multiple years at Reading and Leeds, 2006, 2011.
Do you remember being there at 2011?
I was there for 2011.
Origin of Symmetry, it was amazing.
I had tears in my eyes. It was that good. So now here we are, Panic Station with a music video by Emma and Sarah. Fan Wars is on the way.
You won't get much closer until you sacrifice it all. You won't get to taste it with your face against the wall. Get up and admit, show the power trapped within. Do just what you want to, and now stand up and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is in eyes. As chaos it defies imagination. 5, 6, 7, 8 miles flies. And I know that you will fight for the duration. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is in eyes. And I know I'm not resisting your temptations. 5, 6, 7, 8 miles flies. You arrived at Panic Station.
Muse, Panic Station. Remember, you are listening to the Dan and Phil Reading and Leeds special. We have interviews with Bastille and Imagine Dragons coming soon, as well as our incredible Fall Out Boy montage video happening before 9 o'clock. But now it is time for Wiley versus Retry 2. Inappropriate nursery rhymes in Fan Wars.
There are some wars you fight, and some wars you walk away from. This is the fighting kind.
In a world devastated by tweets, only 2 sides remain. Champions chosen to represent each fan base will fight for glory and the right to be heard. This is Fan Wars.
The sirens have sounded.
Okay, so for those of you listening, here's what's about to go down. We have 2 champions on the line, ready to represent Retsu 2 and Wiley, and they are going to be rapping over Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and Baba Black Sheep for the right to have the artist they're representing songs played. Phil, do you want to introduce the gladiators?
Gladiator 1, what is your name?
My name is Benny.
How old are you?
17.
Can you prove you're the ultimate fan of Wretch 3-2?
Yeah, I've been listening. I don't know how I can prove that, to be honest, but I've been listening to him since let's say, this track with Ghetto.
Oh, wow.
So before he was mainstream.
Yeah.
Yeah, before it was mainstream.
How are your nursery rhyme rapping skills?
Gotta wait and see, really.
Gotta wait and see.
Okay, big
Don't want to give it away
Gotta wait
yet.
and see.
Let's speak to your competitor.
Gladiator 2, Lottie.
Hello.
How old are you?
13.
And why are you a fan of Wiley?
Because I love him.
You just love him?
Fair enough. Who needs more reason than that?
Do you think you'll marry him one day?
No, it's a bit too old for me.
Oh, he's a bit too old.
Oh, zing.
Definitely. Now, I'd like you both to do your best war cry in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Sound like wolves, rabid wolves.
Terrifying. If someone did that at my face during a rap battle, I would just cry and run away.
Definitely. I was impressed by that. Okay, we're going to go to Benny first for Wretch 3-2. Benny?
Oh, cool.
Are you okay?
Let's go.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to go Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
Are you ready with your rap?
Let's go, yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Rap, Benny.
Wait, I'm coming.
Okay, he's coming.
Dude,
He's ready.
you
He's
need
ready.
we don't need the tension. Just hit
Let's
us
go.
with it, okay?
Obviously, you got to build it up, yeah.
Okay, we've had the build up, Benny. Okay, are you ready to go?
Yeah.
I'm ready, yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, rap.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world, so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. When the blazing sun is gone, when there's nothing shines upon. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Oh, that was inspiring.
That was absolutely emotional.
Okay.
Yeah.
My word. Okay.
Okay, stay
I'm
on the
fan
line.
to Rock Nation.
Lottie, can you beat that?
I think so, yes.
Oh,
You think so?
confidence.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what happens. You're going to go with Bar Bar Black Sheep. 3, 2, 1, go.
Bar, black sheep. Have you any wool? Yes, sir. 3 bags full. 1 for the master. 1 for the dame. 1 for the little boy who lives down the lane.
Wow.
Okay, wow,
Lottie.
that was
insane. That was off the hook.
fire in the
Thank you very
booth.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I need to
Wow.
speak.
Okay, yeah, that happened. That's.
I need.
you need a moment to deliberate?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to speak to Eminem.
You too?
Who's on the other line.
Prepare for judgment. Here we go.
Prepare for judgment. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The people in charge have revealed the results. The winner is Benny. Yeah. Lottie, I'm sorry, you're going to have to fade away. It was valiant. It was
Sorry,
valiant.
thank you, Lottie. The timing was just horrible. Well done.
How are you feeling, Benny?
Do you know, I feel like I should make a speech.
Do you want to make a speech?
Is it a short speech?
Yes, a short speech,
Okay,
yeah.
go for it.
Basically, you know, I just wanted to give a shout out to everyone that knows me, yeah. Just give a shout out to the man them, yeah,
Yep.
obviously. I want to thank my mum.
Yeah.
Pick up, Mum.
That's about it. I want to
Okay.
thank you guys for giving me the opportunity.
No worries. I'm sure Wretch 3-2 would be proud of you. Do you want to introduce Unorthodox on Radio 1?
Yeah, this is Unorthodox by Wretch 3-2.
Here we go.
Retro boy, you know we make examples. Your history's bruised. This is a future cut. We don't follow no crowd. No way. They follow us. Don't follow no sound. They follows us. Don't sit in hell. Look down that wishing well. Unorthodox. We call our own shots. We don't follow no crowd. They follow us. Don't follow no sound. They follows us. Don't sit in hell. Look down that wishing well. Unorthodox. We call our own shots. No one can hold us down. No one will touch our crown. No one can hold us down. Unorthodox. We call our own shots.
Unorthodox by Wretch 3-2, an example for our Fan Wars winner, Benny.
This is BBC Radio 1.
That was incredible. I'm sorry.
I think that may have been one of my favourite fan warses.
That surpassed all expectations I could have ever had.
Lottie was just inspired.
That was. I mean, her flow was unique.
Yeah.
Reminded me of Elle Sweatshirt. You know, very droll, slow, but unique. I think Benny just had that grime energy, you know.
Yeah, though if Lottie released something, I might buy it on iTunes.
Yeah, so if you are a fan of rap battles, if you enjoy what you just heard, then I think Charlie Sloth and 1Xtra actually had a rap battle at Reading and Leeds. So if you want to hear, well, would it be better or worse than what you just experienced?
I think on a level with it.
Yeah, definite competitive with what you just heard. Then listen to Charlie Sloth's show on 1Xtra all of this week.
Yeah. Now, we've had some more festival fails through. The Owl has regurgitated them as the song was playing.
What horrible things have happened to people at festivals, Phil?
Yep. Another one involving sick. Van Hatten said, once a really drunk lady threw up on me when my dad brought me to a festival. I was about 5 and traumatised.
Yeah, that sounds like permanently scar you.
Drink responsibly, folks. Philbo Dangin said, my cousin once went to a festival and they ended up gate crashing someone else's tent in the middle of the night.
Oh, seriously. Do you know what's worse than doing that?
What?
Being the person whose tent gets gate crashed. I've had someone try to access my tent before at about 4 a.m.
That must be so scary. They should sell them made out of metal with locks on them.
I think so.
I'd just be camping in a giant metal safe if I was going to go. Just Fantasy said, one time a lady was handing out Oreos and I took 2 and she screamed at me and dropped them in the mud. Sounds like a crazy person.
I love a good crazy cat lady at a festival.
Yeah, and someone with a username I can't say said, I took my welly off to wave it around and stuck my naked foot in the mud. It still smells.
Well, that sounds very traumatic.
It does sound really
traumatic. I'm sorry to all of those people. And now for the people who are still watching online, which you all should be in order to see us and the intent interviews and the epic Fall Out Boy montage, we have another incredible music video. And this is what our show is all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Amazing songs that you might not usually hear on Radio 1 with incredible music videos. And this is a perfect example to North American Scum by LCD Sound System, an amazing video by Anton Novosilov. Make sure you go to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 if you want to get involved with this. Here's LCD Sound System.
I don't know, where to begin. We are North Americans, and for those of you who still think we're from England, we're not, no. We've been on planes and on trains till we think we might die. Far from North America, where the buildings are old, and you might have lots of mimes. I hate the feeling when you're looking at me that way, 'cause we're North Americans, but if we act all shy, it'll make it okay, it makes it go away. I don't know, where to begin, when we're North American, but in the end, make the same mistakes all over again. Come on, North America!
North American Scum by LCD Sound System, who I think like 2007 headlined the NME tent. If my mind's failing me, that's such a specific fact.
It's 2010. I'm looking at my sheet of paper.
Well, they were there then as well.
Facts.
That was an incredible video. For the people that weren't watching it, that was basically, it was a stop motion video showing an adventure taken by a pair of shoes through a city. It was
like a ghost walking through a city. It just gave me Wellington flashbacks. I think that's going to be my nightmares tonight. So if you want to make a video like that, send it to Dan and Phil at bbc.co.uk and then you can get whatever song you want played on Radio 1. Now, one of the favourites on our show is Bastille. I think we get about 27,000 requests for them every time we do a show.
So many tweets and texts and calls all asking for Bastille songs.
So we had to cram them into our tent. And Bastille Dan didn't seem that enthused about it, did he?
He seemed very scared being crammed in the corner of the tent with the rest of his bandmates.
He was a little bit scared. He saw the spider in the corner. He was like, oh, mate, I don't know if I can go in there. but we got him in the tent.
But we forced him in. I think it's safe to say, if you're a Bastille fan, then you need to watch this to see a side of them that you might not have ever seen. I think the side is pure terror.
It is pure terror. So here it is now, our Bastille interview.
Get to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 now to watch the Dan and Phil show on Radio 1.
We are joined by most of Bastille intent.
Of you.
Bastille. Can you prove that you're not robots?
I've got a soul. I feel remorse about many things.
Carl gets blisters. He gets wounded. Look at him.
Inner pain.
I've got a wound. I'm definitely not a robot.
Okay. Wow, a real wound.
Look at that.
It's real.
Okay, I see
They're
blood.
human.
Not a robot. First question passed. Okay. Would you guys rather fight 6 angry bears or use the toilets in the campsite?
I think I'll go for the sit-in at the campsite toilet.
As it's Friday as well, it's probably fresh.
Yeah,
That's very true.
It's
yeah.
Friday. Oh, come on, definitely that.
Oh, it's still fresh now.
Probably nicer than on the toilet at home. So.
Do you not fancy your chances at bear wrestling, generally?
What kind of bears? How big are these bears?
Angry mother grizzly bears.
Fully grown.
Yeah.
Fully fledged.
I mean, we've done bear things before, so it's old. So let's do toilets.
Okay.
If there was a sudden avalanche that trapped all of us inside this tent at the same time, who would you personally resort to eating first?
Woody. He's
Woody?
like the meat would last for ages. He's a big fella.
You gotta kill me first, mate.
Oh, you're right.
Final question. We want Dan from Bastille to draw what is in the inside of his mind. You have 10 seconds.
Here goes.
How do you draw empty space?
Oh, you did not just go there.
The time is running out.
This is quite abstract.
It is. I can see a box and some kind of rock.
Tumbleweed.
It's a tumbleweed.
Tumbleweed.
That's Dan from Bastille's mind. It is a
Beautiful.
tumbleweed. You have passed the intent of you.
We will release you from this hell.
I think we should get out of here.
Goodbye.
Hi, we're Bastille at Reading Festival, and this is Sophie's video to one of our songs, which is called Pompeii.
I was left to my own devices. Many days fell away with nothing to show, and the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Great clouds roll over the hills, bringing darkness from above. But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? Oh, how I'm beginning to be an optimist about this. How I'm beginning to be an optimist about this. If you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all?
Pompeii, Bastille. Thank you for that video, Soph. I'm sure I'm sure Bastille would be sweating with pride right now.
And you'd know that because you were in that very warm and moist tent with them, weren't you, Phil?
It was so warm in there. I thought I was going to die at one point.
You lived a lot of people's dreams, though, getting that intimate with Dan from Bastille.
I did. Our arms and faces were rubbing very close together. Everyone on Twitter was like, what did he smell like?
Did you have a cheeky sniff?
I didn't have a cheeky sniff. I did sniff Fall Out Boy, though, which you found out.
Spoilers. We're going to talk about that later in the show. Okay, but now it is time to talk about tonight's
Dan versus Phil.
Dan versus Phil.
So, for those of you that might not know, we like to do something around the top of the hour in each of our shows where we do a Dan versus Phil challenge. We give you guys two options of something that we will end up doing live on camera on the Radio 1 website, and we give our fate into your hands.
Yeah, we just put your fate into everyone's hands.
So what are the two options of what we could be doing live on camera imminently, Phil?
It's either going to be tent erection, where
okay.
we're going to try and build a tent. I don't know how entertaining that's going to be.
Do we have two tents?
I think we've got two tents.
Are you good at building tents?
No.
That could be disastrous.
That's just going to be me sat confused for 7 minutes.
Okay, it's challenge 1, tent erection. What is the other challenge, Phil?
Challenge 2 is wishing Wellingtons.
And what is that?
We're going to throw things into Wellingtons as if they were a wishing well in some kind of backwards basketball weirdness that's all about Reading and Leeds Festival.
It is appropriate, Wellington boots and camping.
Yeah.
But which of those we do live on camera is now up to you guys. And tonight we are having a flash poll. We usually like to give you guys, a couple songs to mill over your decisions and think about the moral impact of how you're going to control our lives. But tonight we are only giving you this 3.5 minutes. So if you want to vote, a poll has just appeared on the Radio 1 Facebook page. And go cast your votes now, because after this, the result will be happening live on camera.
Flash poll. Now it's time to go to Down with the Trumpets by Rizzle Kicks with a video made by Sophie Wilcox, which is apparently a nice walk through a garden. Let's enjoy it together.
Yes. Rizzle Kicks, Dag Nabbit. You might hear me make a racket like Wilson, cause I love Summer, no Rachel Wilson. Yes. The winter will come, we just have parties inside, it's still fun. We're jamming, pump this, we're banging. Chase your boyfriend, let's have him. We're rowdy, girls make our judgment cloudy. But when the sun comes out, we're still alkies. We don't wanna be lousy or shameless, but we're running around like we're brainless. Now I got grass stains on my brand new white trainers. I know a few guys hate us, sterers, competitors, neighbours, so laters, it's blaters, we've got our own sound, you know now, so go wild and get hosed down, and oh no. Let's get down with the trumpets. 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 Let's get down with the down with the. Let's get down with the down with the. Let's get down with the down with the. Let's get down with the trumpets.
Rizzle Kicks, Down with the Trumpets. They played the BBC introducing stage in 2011.
Oh, look how far they've come after being
know.
introduced by the BBC. Oh, Rizzle Kicks.
And thank you, Sophie Wilcox, for that video as well. It just proves you can do anything. You can get your mobile phone out, film your friends in the garden, and then get a video played on Radio 1 if it's good enough. And that was good enough.
It was indeed.
Anyway, it's now time to talk about...
Dan versus Phil.
So, 3 minutes ago, we gave you a poll on the Radio 1 Facebook page, giving you two possible challenges that we could do live on camera on the Radio 1 website. It was either going to be tent erection, where we tried to individually build tents during two songs, or wish Wellingtons, where we tried to throw things into Wellington boots.
The results have been tabulated, and the winner is...
Unsurprisingly...
tent erection.
I wonder why.
How are we going to do that, though? We're going to actually destroy the BBC by pegging the pegs into the floor.
Phil, you don't have to put the pegs into the floor to build a tent.
Really?
You put them in the grass to stop them from blowing away. They're not going to blow away inside.
You can tell I've never put up a tent before in my life.
Phil, how was your erection?
Well, it was...
Of the tent variety, if you just tuned into the show.
It was pretty imaginative. I had to resort to getting all of the strange cylindrical stools from the live lounge and arranging them into, like, tent platforms.
You didn't actually build the tent, though. You made a fort, like a 5-year-old would make a fort, out of various pieces of the tent
I
and
did
furniture.
it how a caveman would utilise his surroundings in an efficient way. Who needs poles made by man? Dan.
I basically made the tent.
Yeah,
Dan's
tent looked like an Argos catalogue tent that you see with a little boy like, it's so easy to make.
So, Phil, who do you think is the winner?
The winner.
Based on my hard work and your creativity, which wins out?
You win, Dan.
Okay.
The winner is... Dan.
Thank you, everybody.
Congratulations.
I will erect at your birthday party. If you need any gazebos putting up.
Everyone needs a gazebo.
They do indeed.
Definitely. Now, an artist that played at Reading and Leeds this year, and we actually met them, got them in our tent, Alt J.
I love Alt J, seriously. Like, people say, oh, those guys are really quiet, they're quite serious. Actually, they're very sarcastic and hilarious if you cram them into a tiny situation.
They always look at me with a kind of bemused face. Like, what is this human?
Why is this happening?
Why is he asking me these questions?
The last time we did it, we forced everybody to climb into the same golf cart. Yeah. And then this time, we forced everybody to get into a tiny tent, didn't we?
Yeah, well, thank you for the video, Sarah Jane Nash. Here is Fitz Pleasure by Alt J.
La tra la la tra la tra la. Choir. In your hoof lies a heartland where the temple, our treasure, pleasure is all in your eyes. In your snatch with pleasure, a boom pleasure.
Pleasure by Alt J. As we said before, we did get Alt J inside our creepy tent.
Yes.
That is going to be on the Radio 1 YouTube after 9 o'clock. So open a tab and just keep refreshing it after 9 o'clock. And subscribe as well.
Just go to youtube.com/BBC Radio 1, and then as soon as 9 o'clock hits, press enter, and then a whole plethora of interviews will appear. So prepare yourself emotionally.
Good use of the word plethora.
Thank you.
Welcome to the future with Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
Hello there. We've been told we have a very talented caller on the line.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
So would you like to tell me something about opera that I've been told?
What do you want to know?
Yes, I would.
Just that I had an audition today.
Ooh.
With a Scottish opera
Was it-
thing that I'm involved in.
Was it scary?
Yeah, it was terrifying.
So if you want to earn your request tonight, would you be willing to do a 5-second X Factor audition? Or The Voice, of course. Yeah, okay. So you have 5 seconds to show us your opera skills.
Let it rip.
Go.
Voi che sapete che cos'è amor.
Wow. That was so good.
I feel like you've earned your request by doing that.
I'm looking for an applause sound effect, but the only things I can see are a woman screaming or a turtle mating call. Which one would you like?
I'll take the turtle mating call.
Okay, this is your applause.
Did you really just give someone a turtle mating call? Because it have an applause sound?
I did. Well done, Caitlin. That was incredible.
Thank you.
So what song would you like to request?
Could I have Reckless by Yumi at 6, please?
Of course you can. Would you like to dedicate this to anyone?
Yeah, could I dedicate it to my friend Rachel?
Rachel, this goes out to you and your very talented friend Caitlin. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I've been shouting under my breath. How's any of this in my interest? When you sold me out, I must have not got the check. Your lust is a lie, but it comes as no surprise. Time after time, you goes right past the line. I do my best to make amends with you, but I just can't see the end. Don't hold your breath, I'm not losing sleep over you. I'm Mr. Reckless with a capital R. Don't hold your breath, I'm not losing sleep over you. I'm Mr. Reckless with a capital R. Don't hold your breath, I'm not losing sleep over you. I'm Mr. Reckless in your defenseless. You never had the best. You never had the best. You never had the best. You never had.
Yumi at 6. Reckless. Thank you very much to our talented opera singer for requesting that one.
I know, right? Blew me away.
Caitlin was incredible.
Forget Richard and Adams. It's all about Caitlin.
Yeah. Okay, Dan, how long till we reveal our epic montage Fall Out Boy video?
It is currently T-minus 25 minutes, or actually half an hour until 8:55 when our amazing Fall Out Boy montage gets released into the world.
My palms are sweating with excitement.
You need to get ready for this. Like, if you're driving in a car, which is the only excuse which you can possibly have to not be watching the show, as soon as you get home, get the TV onto Radio 1, get a laptop, get your iPod, just tape them all together to make just an amazing panorama of screens ready to watch this Fall Out Boy montage. It's going to melt your face.
Yeah, it's going to change the world. And now, as you're setting up that panorama, here's Katy Perry with Raw, requested by Alexandra on Facebook.
Emoji-tastic video to this, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I used to bite my tongue and hold my breath, scared to rock the boat and make a mess. So I said quietly, agreed politely. I guess that I forgot I had a choice. I let you push me past the breaking point. I stood for nothing, so I fell for everything. You held me down, but I got up, already brushing off the dust. You hear my voice, you hear that sound, like thunder gonna shake the ground. You held me down, but I got up. Get ready, 'cause I've had enough. I see it all, I see it now. I got the eye of the tiger, fighter, dancing through the fire. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar.
Roar! Katy Perry, you better have enjoyed that, Alexandra.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
I sounded really angry then. I don't know what happened.
I would be scared if I was Alexandra.
Possessed by a demon. I'm sorry, Alexandra.
How often does that happen with you?
About every week.
Okay, so it's a big moment now, okay?
We got to introduce Imagine Dragons on the Radio 1 NME stage.
How was it, Phil?
There was, I don't even know how many people there were. I couldn't see
there was
anything
about
but people.
8,000 to 10,000 people in a tent staring at our faces.
It was absolutely insane. We had to go on stage, introduce them. I was shaking. It was so amazing, but I also thought I was going to wee myself at the same time. I didn't know what emotion I was feeling.
If you were told to introduce Imagine Dragons and then you wet yourself on stage in front of 10,000 people, that would have been the best festival fail of all. You would have just won festival fails, wouldn't you?
We wouldn't have even had to do that. the hashtag because no one could have beaten that.
You'd still be crying in a corner behind the enemy stage, wouldn't you?
Well, thankfully, we caught this moment on video, and we've also got Imagine Dragons with their amazing performance of Radioactive as well. So shall we reveal that?
Okay, let's relive this experience to everybody watching on the website.
Yeah, get on the Radio 1 website now. Here is Imagine Dragons, introduced by us.
Are you guys ready? Hello, we are Dan and Phil from Radio 1. You're all looking particularly moist today. Don't say moist. Sorry, okay. Now everyone, close your eyes and picture a flaming mythical beast. Really? Yeah. It's now time for Imagine Dragons! Go mental!
Imagine Dragons Radioactive live from Reading yesterday. That was absolutely epic. I like that 4-minute long outro they added to it there.
Oh, it was so good, and I'm so proud to have introduced that. That was just amazing.
It looked crazy, didn't it?
And also something from Reading and Leeds. If you head over to the Radio 1 website right now, there'll be a link through to the official Reading and Leeds page where Ali McRae and Phil Taggart, our friends from Radio 1, are doing a live stream from the BBC introducing stage, and it's going to be absolutely incredible. So you should check that out right now.
If you are a fan of new music.
Definitely.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
Hello, Alid.
Hello, guys.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
You look very clean compared to us.
I didn't feel it until I was in the studio. Now I definitely feel clean.
Yeah, we're not the cleanest of people right now. Do you like our wellies, though?
I love the wellies.
They are matching wellies.
Yeah, they are matching wellies. Yeah. And also, I could tell you guys are here because when I got into the studios, all I could smell were your tents that you've put out there, that you've erected from earlier.
Musty.
They're very smelly.
Very tentish.
Sorry, Alid.
Yeah.
So what is happening in your show today?
You guys are.
We are.
Yes, you're coming onto the Surdy tonight to launch our Teen Heroes, which is very exciting.
I'm so excited about this.
It's we'll explain a lot about what it is later on, obviously, but it is actually my highlight of the year because there's this period where I get to chair this panel and we talk through lots of worthy stories. We'll tell you all about it later on. Plus, Frankie from the Saturdays is talking about mental well-being as well, so she'll be on the show as well.
Brilliant. So the phone lines now belong to Alid.
Thank
Yes.
you very much.
Do not call in for me and Phil. They now belong to the surgery. What should they call?
If there's anything on your mind, maybe you can also, by the way, you can text in if there's something that's bothering you, right? If you see something like, for me, like I've got a dog, you may know, and she keeps scratching me, and I keep thinking I'm kind of, I have scratches all over the place. And if I knew Dr. Rada, what I would do is I'd take a photo and send it in the surgery and say, is this septic? Is this okay?
Yeah.
So if there's anything that's bothering you, you can also text in 81199 with a picture if you want, or call us on 03700 100 100.
And make sure you stick around after our show, as we will be with Alid on the surgery. I'm so excited.
See you then.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
See you later.
I'm excited to talk about the Teen Hero Award.
Yeah, me too. And now we're looking at Twitter, and Adam has requested Macklemore with Can't Hold Us. Adam, I've just made your dreams come true. It's happening now.
Can we go back? This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Can we go back? This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Let's go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
Macklemore, Can't Hold Us on Radio 1.
Very dramatic, Phil. Hi, Melissa.
Hi.
How are you?
All right.
I heard that you broke your wrist. How did that happen?
Well, I was rollerblading and I fell over and broke it and fractured it twice.
Ouch. Gnarly. Were you doing like a quadruple backflip? Were you grinding a pole? What were you doing?
I fell off a ramp.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Ouch. You're on a ramp, though. That's pretty advanced. I used to try and be a skateboarder, and the best I could do was fall off it trying to do an ollie.
I think that's all anyone ever did, just trying to do an ollie.
Just try and jump up and down on
breaking
it for
their
weeks.
face, yeah.
Never did anything.
Okay, well, what song would you like to hear?
Little Things by One Direction, please.
Well, okay, I've got an idea. Hold up your wrist to your speaker and maybe the soothing words of Harry will heal your wrist. Shall we try that? Okay, well, here it is for you now.
Maybe you love yourself like I love you. Oh, and I've just let these little things slip out of my mouth. 'Cause it's you. Oh, it's you, they add up to, and I'm in love with you. And all these little things, I won't let these little things slip out of my mouth. But if it's true, it's you, they add up to, I'm in love with you and all your little things.
Dan and Phil, they escaped from the internet and climbed into your ears.
Okay, people, it is T-minus 9 minutes for the epic Fall Out Boy Reading and Leeds montage video. Like, I can't explain enough. This will melt your face. It will change your life. If it doesn't make you jump out of your chair and punch the air going, that was awesome, then something's gone horribly wrong. So get ready to watch this on the internet.
I'm so excited to show you this. Even the turtle is excited about it.
Phil.
I'm having fun pressing the button.
You can't talk about excitement and then play the turtle mating call. That's as inappropriate as it gets.
It just happened, Dan.
Okay, moving swiftly on, we're going to another music video made by one of you guys. This is Mozart's House by Clean Bandit with a video by Ellie Cook. Here we go.
I don't know, skip a beat. 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 Now, we feel the heat. The doors are open, but it's leaving time. It's the place, it's the final route. Cruising at the speed of a to center. Watching if we even get to Vienna. Without a doubt, the strings are fine, the bass is out. Give us an entrance, we rub the towels. A couple of skip beats, a couple of movements out. Now we made it to Moses' house. A couple of skip beats, a couple of movements out. A couple of skip beats, a couple of movements out. A couple of skip beats, a couple of movements out. This is Moses' house.
It's repetitive.
Ethereal Fading. It's Mozart's House by Clean Bandit with a video by Ellie Cook. Phil, just because this is a Reading and Leeds special does not mean we have to deviate from the standard formula. We have a very important job to do with internet news, okay?
Yes.
Phil has been working very hard scouring the internet for the weirdest things that have happened around the world this week, and it is now our time to deliver it to you. Get your mind open like a sponge, ready to receive pointless facts, and you will not have an awkward conversation again for the rest of the week. Here we go.
This is the Internet News.
Internet news.
A man has been threatened with an Asbo because his parrot won't stop singing. Stephen White's African grey buddy has been annoying residents by constantly whistling Old MacDonald Had a Farm. I would probably
That's
go
the
insane.
worst song to have in your head every day.
Apparently, a neighbour noted down every squawk the parrot made for 2 months and then sent her reports to the council.
Oh, chill out, neighbour.
Sounds like someone has a lot of spare time.
Sounds like the parrot needs an Asbo, not the guy. A Pasbo. Internet news. A woman in Yorkshire went to put the rubbish out only to discover a bin bag full of cash on her doorstep.
What?
She did the right thing, though. She called the police immediately, but no one has worked out where the bag containing thousands of banknotes came from.
That is incredibly mysterious.
Hopefully she'll get to keep it. I don't know the law on that one.
I think if no one owns up to it.
Maybe.
Anyway, okay.
Internet news.
A German man has caused £130,000 worth of damage to a rented house after his inflatable mattress exploded. He was thrown across the room as the explosion blew out all the doors and windows in the building. Apparently, you shouldn't mix industrial strength repair spray with mattress pumps.
Oh, that just sounds like something I would do. Maybe it's me in the future and German.
That's very...
That was a paradox.
Okay.
Internet news. A giant horned sea monster has washed up on a beach in Spain.
Whoa, actually?
A sea monster.
Okay.
Yeah. It has a 5-meter-long decomposing body, and it was found by an unlucky swimmer.
An unlucky swimmer? Can you imagine swimming into the decomposing body of a 5-meter-long horned sea monster?
Who hopefully didn't swim right into its mouth.
Okay.
Internet news.
The Internet News.
Now, we have a request on Facebook for Haim. We actually met Haim at, not Big Weekend. Where were we? Reading and Leeds Festival.
Reading.
Yeah, and they were really nice. We got them in our tent, which is coming up on YouTube after 9. Also, one of them stroked my spine.
It did. Phil got gingerly stroked.
I did.
I'd love to get groped by a member of Haim.
I'm just going to gingerly stroke your spine.
Okay, so... picture that in your head, the erotic stroking of Phil, and the epic Fall Out Boy montage video will be coming after this song.
It's coming, guys.
Get on the internet, guys. It's happening right after this. Here is Haim with Forever. Forever by Haim, who gingerly stroked Phil's spine.
That rhymed.
I didn't mean it to.
BBC Radio 1.
So that's it. Thank you very much for all the festival fails. Look on the Radio 1 YouTube channel right now as all our interviews are going to be coming up with Imagine Dragons, Bring Me the Horizon, Haim, Alt J, and Codaline.
They are incredible, so make sure you're lurking and you watch all of those because they're really funny.
But most importantly, it is now time to release our montage.
Okay, this is encapsulating everything that is magical about Reading and Leeds. This is a lip-sync video to My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark, and it is featuring us guys, Radio and DJs, people at the festival, people that sent in Instagram lip-syncing, all the bands we interviewed, and Fall Out Boy themselves. There is no way to describe how incredible this is, so if you want to watch it, go to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 right now to watch it. Prepare yourselves emotionally, get tissues, just get a piece of cardboard to break over your head in excitement. Here is the Reading and Leeds montage video to My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark. Here we go!